morning and hello, I'm Professor Go. This is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review and Forex Briefing for Wednesday the 5th of April 2023. Yesterday we had a race, so Tuesday the 4th we had a race at Southall on the weather at 5:30. We're on number 8, Yakabar, sorry. Initially we put £1 per £8 unit on 4 places at evens, which we thought was reasonable at the time, and £2 per £8 unit at 8.2 to 1. So bear in mind that we're 100 times bigger, so that's £100, £200, and then it drifted, and we got some 10s on at, we got 100 on at 10s, so we ended up with £400 on, or £4 per £8 unit, half a unit exposure. Well, I'm there then. Well, it came 6 at 10 to 1. We said it was likely to hang out the back. And we thought the race would be run at a fast pace at the front, and then the closers would be able to come through. But it was an apprentice race, and they ran it slow, and our jockey unfortunately didn't recognise they were running it slow, and so basically he was out the back on a slow pace, and all the horses were relatively fresh coming in after about a mile, and he was all over. So it was a poor judgment on the jockey's front, really, of pace. So that completely stuffed us, and it ran on at the end. But the front end was should have burnt out, and had he recognised that the pace was slow, he should have at least moved up into mid division. Instead of hanging out the back. So, but there you go. That's racing. So the account came down a little bit to plus 64.3 units in profit, from a peak of 74.5. So about 10 units down still. Now today we've got a race at Nottingham on the flat, 205. Just grab this. There's 5 in this race. You've got the likely favourite, which is where is it? Invested. Right, it's a classified stakes. Sorry, class 5, 3-year-old, 0 to 70, 1 mile 7. Sorry, 1 mile 7 yards. Now, what do we know about Nottingham? It's model 93. It's good to soft. It's actually relatively slow and quite stamina at the stamina end, really. So that's something to bear in mind there. You've got this Invested, which is a decent horse. It's had a couple of runs on the all-weather Chelmsford 6 furlongs, model 98, which is a world of difference to this. It's bred to be a sort of a middle distance horse. It's bred to be a little bit further. Miles probably a little bit burny for it in terms of pace once it starts going up the ladder. So we're able to take it on with this horse, number 2, Gold Kit. And Gold Kit's had a couple of runs at Kempton on the all-weather at 8 furlongs. That's model 95. So that's in the zone, but a bit quicker. And if you watch the races there, you can see that horse has got a bit of pace to it. But the actual physical stamp of the horse looks like a miler to us. And as I said, we've done a fair bit of research on the actual physical looks of these horses, and milers have a very standout look to them. And this Gold Kit looks like a miler, and it's backed up by the breeding. It's bred to be a miler as well. So that's helpful. It then went to Chelmsford 8, which is model 96, a little bit quicker, and then Wolverhampton 7, model 92, where it didn't make any impression there. So that's the sort of the jury's sort of out on that one, but these conditions should ideally suit excuse me, Gold Kit, and the other 3 in the race don't really look up to the job. They're cheaper purchases and have got issues. So if we're going to be stuffed, it will be by the favourite. as usual, invested. But anyway, we've not filled our boots. If it drifts significantly, we'll add another 100, probably up to about. So we'll end up with exposure of about a third of a unit or so, maybe a little bit more, but not much. And that's where we are there. Now, Forex, we had a choppy trade session yesterday. We were messing about with the dollar yen, and we ended up having to change. We had a short bias initially, and then we had to change to a long bias, and then with a lot of jiggery pokery, we came out about even on the end. But it wasn't very satisfactory. We caught a really sort of choppy period where it was yo-yoing up and down. Now today we've got flows, got ADP employment data for the US, and we've got flows into the yen, out of the pound, and mixed flows in the euro and the dollar. So you've got sort of pound weakness, yen strength, and mixed on the euro and the dollar, and something to bear in mind. And obviously the market's going to be a bit wary of this ADP data later today. So we'll see how it goes. If the ADP data comes in strong, then that won't be very helpful to risk on, because they'll assume that the Fed will be strong on the rate decision. If it comes in weak, it may well lead to a risk rally. So that's the way we'll be looking at it. So anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and goodbye.